Look alive, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I actually don't know when this is going to get uploaded. It's definitely not Thursday, probably. But I have a bonus video for you today. And I'm joined alongside my uncle for this one, for specifically the Batathon returns, because unfortunately, because of my lack of sleep and a crippling headache I had this past Sunday, we had to postpone an SGB meeting. So that's what Paper Mario is going to be on the back burner for just the weekend, and why Batman Returns has not started yet. But I figured I wanted to give you guys something to chew on for a bit. So I played Batman Return of the Joker on the NES. It is the sequel to the Batman '89 game on the NES, developed by Sunsoft. But there were multiple versions of this game released for the Genesis, which is the version I'm playing now, and an unreleased Super Nintendo version. But instead of called Return of the Joker, it's called Revenge of the Joker.
Revenge of the Joker. And we're back to that's the Star Wars problem all over again.
The Star Wars? Oh yeah, because eventually it was eventually called Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah. But they said that wasn't very Jedi-like, so they changed it to Return, but Revenge of the Sith worked just fine.
Yeah, because it makes sense. You sort of correlate the Sith with revenge.
Yeah,
and all
with
that
being
sort
jerks.
Yeah.
being very, very petty.
Yeah, they really don't tell you that the working title of it was The Sith Are Jerks, episode 3. So I've only heard of this game, like a lot of other of you guys in the comment section have proclaimed, through the Angry Video Game Nerd.
That blimp looked like a long boob.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We're gonna get into it, but my first exposure of this game was like the Angry Video Game Nerd's Batman video. And if you're wondering why the level just kind of cut back to the beginning, that's me loading a state because I got hit. I was like, no, you know what? I didn't like the way that level started, because despite this being post commentary, I'm still doing the same kind of bullshit I did for the live playthrough. In fact, even more so than
this time to shoot the weapon power up.
Yeah, because
we're not getting yelled at.
No, I have an inclination. I have an idea of how the game works now. And I thought going into this, I was like, oh, so now that I've actually played the game and I have an understanding of how things work, surely I'll have an easier time for the Genesis version of the game. The answer is God, no. This version is, for all intents and purposes, I'm sure for all intents and purposes, it is categorically worse in every sense of the word than the NES game.
Is it like controls worse?
It's everything.
Harder? Yes.
The controls are worse. There is a degree of input lag to everything you do in this game that you really can't see on the screen, but there's like wind up to everything Batman does in this. And it's like, so NES 2-button controller. You had the A and B button.
Alfred, I'm falling.
Yeah, the Genesis has 3 buttons by default, unless you're using the 6-pad. But to compensate, not to compensate, but to highlight that the Genesis has an extra button to work with, Batman has a separate kick button in this one. But because of that, you now have to use the kick button to use the slide maneuver that you just hold.
Okay, I was about to say, isn't this normally where you were sliding?
Yeah.
To get to the other side.
The slide is delayed, punching's delayed, kicking's delayed, shooting is delayed, movement is delayed. This is a game that, for some reason or another, to give you guys an idea of how clumsy it was making the sprites for this game, Batman has an idle animation where you just stand still, right? And after you leave Batman idle long enough, he will lean forward and do his like Dracula cape sort of thing. His hitbox moves during that. That right there. You see that? His hitbox actually moves forward when you do that. So if you're doing that near a hazard, you're eating shit. Which I got a rude awakening when I was recording this on my downtime, because
will he fall? Like if you do it on the edge?
No, so it's just his upper body. It's just his upper body.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. Like frustrating is what you mean to say. But I mean, let's go back and talk about why this version is just categorically the drizzling shits compared to the NES game. Look at the screen. What is graphical layering in this version of the game?
I see what they're trying to do,
Yeah.
but it's visual vomit. It's too hard. I mean, that right there is pretty bad.
Yeah.
You can't, like, I get the point of it. I understand that the purpose is it's supposed to kind of obscure them a little bit. It's, it's supposed to be tricky. It obscures the platforms. But it's just kind of a lot going on.
There is
here.
too much going on, in my opinion, and I ask you, the audience, at a glance, take a screenshot of this. What can you stand on? It's a fun little challenge. I'll ask you guys to take multiple times throughout this playthrough.
My concern with what I always think happens here is because this is the one that came later, right?
Yeah, this was I think a year after the NES game.
Yeah, this
or
was
around the same time.
So it was going back to the delays. Even the game was delayed.
Yeah.
But I'm just watching them stand. This always feels like they try to recreate the game, and then they realize, oh my God, wait, we have more memory. We can do more things. So somebody looks at it and just more. Yeah, all right, well, we'll put more effects on the screen.
Not that it was Sunsoft's intention, because as you see it's kind of weird too, because like when you boot the game up, you got the title screen and what have you, Batman Revenge of the Joker, and then when you hit game start, when it fades to black, it then gives you produced by this studio. Do you ever
the spike ball is
I know that spike ball is kind of like is it okay?
Is it bouncing?
It's bouncing.
Seizing?
Yeah.
Is there too much happening on the screen?
It's overstimulated.
Yeah, it's overstimulated.
But no, like
someone spiked the shrink.
So you hit press start on the game itself, and you would think immediately following is the level itself, but no, it follows up with a credit for the actual producers of this port, because this port was outsourced to another developer.
Is it US Gold?
I don't know, actually. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
US Gold, they did a lot of, I think they did distribution though. I think they did like manufacturing and stuff, but there are games that came out, correct me if I'm wrong, comment section. There were games that came out that US Gold, either they distributed them here or they redistributed them later. It was them, and it was, no, you know what? I might be thinking of Majesco, but US Gold, I think, did something like that where they had a hand in some stuff, and they were notorious for like, this has got to be them, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't get a name of the studio from the beginning, because I kind of blanked, and I honestly don't care because the result is just kind of what it is.
You should care because you need to know who to avoid.
I mean, but this is also like 34 years ago, to be fair. Like, I don't even know if they're a thing anymore.
I hope they're called Moonhard.
Moonhard?
Yeah, Moonhard. To do all of the Sunsoft games.
Okay. So it's like their evil twin. It's just Sunsoft with a good goatee.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Well, they were in charge of this port for the Genesis, and I believe they were also in charge of the canceled Super Nintendo version that does exist as a ROM. You can download it. I think you can find it in the cutting room floor.
I think that's something we're going to need to do.
Yeah. I don't know, because if it's anything like this version of the game, I want to be far, far away from it. And the reasons are going to become more obvious as we continue playing along. Because just to jump ahead here, folks, I'm not actually finishing the game for this video. And I'm going to show you why when we get there. But I want to say, for the most part, because this is literally just right after we did the Return of the Joker playthrough, I am now at the very least somewhat familiar with the level design. The design itself, unfortunately, with level graphic design assets as ugly and garish as this is on the Genesis, it's really hard to determine where I can and cannot go with Batman, because there's no sense of depth in level designs. And that is ultimately the biggest problem I have with this version in terms of just finding out where to go and what have you. Also, like, again, everything is just categorically worse in this version of the game.
It kind of seems like just looking at it, I feel like he's very stop and start. Oh no! I thought I could stand there. Yeah, like I can tell by the way he's moving. There's no fluidity to his movement.
No, absolutely not.
And I can tell that that's the game.
The most he ever gets fluid in his movements is that fucking idle animation where he leans forward. Like someone was really proud of that. And to be fair, like it is a cool animation. Why does it move your hitbox forward?
they had one guy on every aspect of the game.
Yeah.
So it was one guy did the level design, but that was way too much of a job for him. Yeah. But then one guy did the idle animation.
I like that face,
and that was Batman. Way more effort. Yeah, what was Batman? That was like surprise Keaton.
I'm surprised you able to get us some motion out of Keaton because my man's a brick wall otherwise. But it was still really weird. You remember that time where he slept with Vicky Vale and then in the middle of the night he decided I'm gonna hang upside down like a bat and give her a sign who I really am? Why'd he do that? That was really fucking strange.
That was to throw her off because it was too obvious.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, he would try to hide it better if he was Batman. So hanging upside down like a bat is just a dead giveaway that he's not Batman.
Mild mannered billionaire Bruce Wayne hangs upside down to do his Pilates.
See, that's what it is. He didn't even play baseball as a kid because he didn't want people to associate him with Bat Boy. He's like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with that.
No, that's not
basketball all the way.
No, not that bad. I'm the other bad.
No. Poor Batman. He tries his best, and everybody just kind of humors him.
Yeah, everyone does keep it on the voice. It's like I keep telling you, I'm not that fucking Batman. No, please just take the bat.
It's like the Superman Metallo thing. I think people know that Bruce Wayne is Batman, but they figure if we just let him believe he's got us fooled, we've got 8 hours a day where he's running Wayne Industries and he doesn't become Batman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'd rather do with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, so
Batman.
We give him 8 hours to 12 hours a day to be Bruce Wayne, and we can do all the crime stuff. And then at night we go to sleep.
Yeah, and you know he doesn't have a Robin that lasts worth a damn. Yeah. So I think 8 hours is a safe assumption as long as we don't tip off that we know that he's Batman. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Right about
that's why. Well, that was an old gag with Superman where Metallo's like, "Hey, I figured out who Superman is. He's Clark Kent," and they're like, "Yeah, we know." It's like, well, why don't we go and stop him? Well, first of all, do you think he's not super when he's at work? and as long as he's at work, he's not out here being Superman.
Yeah,
it's like, we just let him have it. He'll punch himself to sleep tonight.
Oh, well, I'm gonna tell you one thing though. Like I feel the default power of your
sidekick.
Yeah, I feel the default power of your pea shooter is worse than it was in the NES game. Because I tell you folks, dying in this game and continuing from where you left off is like worse than death itself. You know, now we played games. I've played plenty of games where, especially in the 8-bit era, where if you die, you lose a life, or if you continue, you're back to square one, you know? But Castlevania gave you a whip upgrade, or like the first candle you whipped, and what have you, and that sort of thing. And even if you didn't get it immediately, your leather whip can still kill shit.
Yeah, it was still good. Yeah. The range was terrible, but it was.
But that was it. Like you could still kill things relatively easily. The pea shooter in this game might as well be a fucking pizza launcher from the TMNT line.
It might shoot actual peas.
Yeah, it is the drizzling shit.
I gotta upgrade to the carrots.
Finally, someone speaks my language. I can't stand peas, man. You know.
Now let me ask you. I have a weird gripe with Batman games.
Okay, go ahead.
Of this era, because I don't think they really did it that much anymore. I have a problem with Batman games where he shoots anything. Batman is a punch, kick, and like the grapple hook, or batarangs. It's weird to me that he shoots any kind of gun.
I agree to some extent. I don't think weird. I think he draws the line at like a standard like Glock or a revolver or anything that is remotely regular gun shape, but it's fantastical enough to be able to sell a toy line out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, he's not shooting bullets, but he's got a wave motion cannon. I mean, I'm looking at this thing and it's It's gigantic.
Okay, to be fair to this game and the NES game, again, it is a sequel to the 89 film, and that Batman, despite losing his parents to the gun, had fucking guns mounted on his Batmobile. He had rockets. He had rockets and a machine gun on his Batwing that he's terrible aim with because he just fucking misses the Joker.
Yeah.
Like what happened?
Why didn't you angle them 1 degree inside?
It's like it's not working, Batman.
You made them perfectly straight to your own detriment. Whoa, Batman got a time machine.
Yeah. So fun fact about that little ledge there, no matter how much you tippy toe off of the ledge there, you are careening a set distance and you just fucking die. I reloaded there like 6 times. I was like, surely it can't be this bad. It is that bad. So I rewound and went back to an earlier point of the level.
You must be blind as a bat.
Exactly. It dies.
Oh, who said that? I just know somebody's there.
Well, he actually is blind as a bat. I was just making fun. Now I feel like an asshole.
I just know somebody's there. I don't know who it is.
So I'm also finding out through this this playthrough that apparently you can charge every gun. It's not just the C gun, the one that we thought was the only weapon available. Yeah, no, legit. He's actually my spirit animal for this battle because, folks, oh my God. I made the gag in the NES playthrough, but I'm going to repeat it here. Take a look closely at the I really wish I had auto fire button on right now, because I cannot tell you how much I am fucking mashing the shoot button right now. Because look at the energy meter on the top. It charges so much fucking faster in the Genesis version. You are guaranteed to get a shot at.
You're gonna get at least one of those.
You're gonna get a couple on those in, because so I'm using a different weapon for this boss fight, because I figured, well, let me try the homing shot so that I don't have to worry about jumping and that sort of shit. Or I don't have to worry about the weakness of the spread gun. I think we used the spread gun last time.
I think so. Yeah.
So I want to use the homing shot because not for nothing, it is doing its job.
Yeah. To be fair, by the time you do actually get hit with the charge, you've taken off. I mean, he's more than half health left. Yeah. And you've only gotten hit once.
But you cannot let up at all. I cannot tell you and stress enough how much I am mashing the fucking fire button right now. My thumb is on fire.
The little hamburger going back and forth as well as your homing shot.
Exactly.
Kind of messing you up.
Yeah, and then like that causes the meter to fill, and then I'm gonna eat shit. Which at this point, like, it's like if I get hit, I get hit because the guy's almost dead. Like I will kill him before. That sort of
you're
thing.
just kind of brute forcing it.
Yeah. But it's also as if, well, it's like, well, I don't want to eat too much shit, so I'm gonna keep mashing the button. But man, I really, there was a take that I ended up editing out past where I paused the game to see if I could trigger auto fire on the emulator, and that option didn't exist. Like, oh fuck, man, I gotta do this manually.
See, should be like the Turbo Graphics.
How so? What do you mean?
I got the Turbo Mini. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The Turbo Graphics controller came with auto fire.
Did it? Okay.
The official. I think it's the only official controller that does that, but it's got the switches on it for each button to turn them into rapid fire.
We'll get on the Turbo Mini. That's really cool. I like, because sometimes, like, I don't know, some people are better at it than others, like button mashing and shit like that. Like, personally, I'm the kind of guy that when we get a button mashy game, like on a Mario Party, I was like, I'm here. Like, I'm in it because I love button mashing and that sort of thing to a controlled degree, and not for like 15 seconds and not 2 minutes.
I can button mash pretty well. I can work a joystick much better.
You want to say that closer to the mic? Fuck this level, because for some reason or another, the mermen have extra hit points.
Merman.
They have extra hit points, and they spawn directly underneath Batman. You have to fucking goad them with movements to get them to look at that shit. If I had my pea shooter, that's it. I'm getting hit.
Castlevania trained me that they're not that dangerous.
Yeah, like it's not a problem if they die in one hit, and then it's just a matter of being reactionary to it. But if it takes more than one shot to kill from any gun, like besides the C gun, what the fuck's the point? Also, can you tell me the problem I have? Let's see if we share the brain cell. Can you see the problem I have with this shoot 'em up sequence right here?
Well, I mean, the pipes in the front, it looks like your 1990s screensaver is on.
Yeah, the 95 screensaver is on.
Remember the pipes?
The pipe screens,
I mean, visually, it's really fast.
That's literally it, though. You hit the nail right in the head.
Is that what it is? Yeah, it's just visually.
The pipe foreground.
If it was in the background, it would probably be better.
It would be fine. Why is there a pipe foreground that is moving this fast in a shmup sequence?
And again, it's they're trying to create the sense of depth. Like I get what they're going for. It's just don't no. Don't do
it is visually disorienting, but not in an intended "this must be a Joker joke" sort of way.
Yeah,
but more like we didn't think this through, and now.
This is more of a Mad Hatter level.
Yeah, man. You throw a fucking bunny or some like drug Darjeeling somewhere in there, I'll buy it. But that is not what's going on here. This comes off more of a scarecrow gag with noxious fear gas running from the pipes.
What in the world is that pose?
Well, he got caught. What is he doing? You're right about that.
He looks like he's on the runway.
Yeah.
Like he's modeling his new outfit. Blue and gray is in this year.
It makes me easier to see.
To be fair, I'm also looking at your logo and it's blue and gray.
Yeah. You're right. I should make a logo that's like all black rubber. Yeah. Well, I mean, the design of Batman in this port specifically is based off the comic book Batman. Rather than the 89. Yeah, the 80. Yeah, this is more like the Bronze Age Batman.
I'll be honest, I always have a hard time with this version of Batman because he looks like he's in his pajamas.
Yeah, I mean he
looks like that pajamas.
To be fair, he's always in his pajamas. I like the blue and gray tunic though. I mean like because some of my favorite Batman art stems from. Are you familiar with Jim Lee, the artist?
Yes.
He did Batman Hush. He did a lot of Batman stuff. Fucking love his Batman design. It's so good. But he did a lot of shit with like the blue and gray tunic stuff. Because at the end of the day, I like Batman's like tunic to be just painted on so that you can just go fucking nuts with the anatomy and like the exaggerated poses and shit like that. The black rubber from the first few movies has its appeal. Like to me, it's what I expect Michael Keaton to wear and that sort of shit. And by like Batman Forever and especially Batman and Robin, they kind of went overboard with like the nipples and shit like that.
Yeah, aesthetically, it's nice to look at, but it's not. You know who does a lot of that? Or did a lot of that? Is it Alex Ross?
Alex Ross, yes, the painter.
Alex Ross, Alex Ross did a lot of artwork where the outfits looked like clothes.
Yeah, if not painted on, they look like they're made of fabric.
Yeah, you could see the seams in the fabric. You could see where it was tied down, and it was always really interesting to look at that artwork.
Yeah,
that's Mega Man.
But like
Dr. Wily.
Yeah, so this is the part. Folks, this is the point in the game where I give up because for some reason or another. My weapon was put onto the default status, starting with the tank level. There's no way you can pick up weapons in the tank level, and the tank level is immediately preceded with this fight right here. So you have to use your default weapon for Joker's boss battle here, and you can see the immediate problem with this one. The weapon ain't doing fucking shit to his power.
Weak.
It is incredibly weak. Also, the Joker fight for this one, and to jump ahead here, the endgame fight is just fucking impossible because all of the tells that Sunsoft gave you in terms of being able to avoid or bait attacks do not exist in this version of the game. It is a very reactionary fight. The problem is Joker moves way much fucking faster than you do. And there's just no way you can anticipate what direction he's going to go, what kind of trajectory his bubbles are going to form. It's nuts. It's madness.
So wait, now you just password.
Now I password skipped that fight because that took 20 minutes. I'd spent 20 minutes trying to fight that guy.
Oh,
so it's like,
and you never won.
I never won. No, I never won it. I never won it because my mind is like I showed off the fight in the NES playthrough. I beat him there. we're going to just move on ahead because
Take my word for it.
Well, yeah, like I would. It's fine.
Trust me, bro.
And the Joker died. But so fun fact about these little drones here that pop up on the screen, technically their hitboxes don't leave the screen. I think the last one does.
What?
See, look.
Oh my God.
I took damage there. What hurt me? I don't know. But
the memories.
So you might have noticed between this playthrough and the original playthrough, where's the invincibility power up? You know, because you still got the B meter underneath the bottom there.
Yeah, I demonstrated it one time.
I demonstrated it one time, I think in one of the last levels before the tank level. So the B meter, the invincibility thing was changed in this game so that when you collect enough of them, you can stock them and you can activate it at will, which granted, I'll say that's kind of an improvement. That way you don't.
We said it. Yeah, we said in the NES playthrough that it would be better like that because you don't waste it.
Yeah. 2 problems though. 1, you're not actually invincible when you're actually using this power up because you can still eat shit and take damage from stuff as I showed off. 2, it lasts way fucking shorter.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess at that point, does it? I wonder if you can use it like a panic button.
I'm assuming that was probably the intention.
You die, you hit the button.
The problem I have with it is that it is not worth the work to collect these things for as little use as you get them. I like the idea that you're able to stock it. I'm not going to knock it completely, but I think it is a step down compared to the NES game. You also don't look nearly as cool because Batman had like this whole fucking gold getup. In the NES game, and in the Genesis game, he just blinks. It's like, that's probably why I missed it. Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous.
So this is the final boss. We've seen this before, and this is the battle against. I didn't actually learn the name of this thing. It's just Joker's neck.
I don't know, Joker bot. Joker bot 9000.
And this is the only part of the fight I find fundamentally the same as before because you have clear tells on when the projectiles are going to come out from the turrets. All gone. Because you remember in the NES game, we were able to bait where the projectiles are going to shoot based on Joker's laugh. Do you see him doing that?
No. Is it? I mean, I see him laughing.
He just has a simple sprite loop. That's all he does. You just have to. You have to. I don't know how you even do this because, do you count
timed?
Down?
Is it just?
It's timed. Like, do you have to count seconds and that sort of shit?
It might be seconds.
It's seconds, but here's another problem. These things come out so fucking fast that it is next to impossible to dodge them, no matter which way you are about this. And I looked up long plays for this playthrough to see what the fuck am I doing wrong? And it looks as if they have just a frame to react to jumping over the damn thing.
Oh yeah, because they're so high up.
They're so high up, and they come out so fast. Everything is faster about this version of the fight. The orange projectiles, the blue spiral thing. Look, how are you supposed to do this? Like legit, I don't know how you're supposed to do this. All the tells to make it a fair fight are gone. It is now a completely reactionary fight, and at this point, I gave up. I'm just scheming up to see it clear.
It seems like since you're going to get hit anyway, you're probably better off standing under him and just.
And that's it. That's Batman: Revenge of Batman for the sake of Genesis. We wanted to give you guys a small thing.
This seems like it was not play tested.
No,
very well.
Absolutely not. I have no idea why they thought that was okay to print and release.
I hate it because these are the kind of games where I look at it and I think, I wonder if you gave it another month or nowadays. If you gave somebody the code and said, "All right, fix this," I wonder what they could do with it. But this game ain't it.
Maybe that was the idea behind the Super Nintendo version that got canceled ultimately. But then again, I have to wonder why did it get canceled?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe where I don't know what year it was. I don't know where Batman was at that time. Maybe people were just, maybe the Genesis version didn't sell very well, so it might have been just.
I do think this is just as the animated series is starting. So Batman's popularity outside of the movies was still kind of relatively obscure. I don't know if it's obscure because everyone knows Batman. But in terms of having enough respect to make a decent video game.
Yeah, it wasn't at its peak, because this would have been early 90s. Would this have been after Returns?
For the movie itself? The movie itself was 1992. I want to say Batman Returns 92 or 91.
Okay. So, either way. Returns was kind of weird. People there was a weird reception to it where it was a really good movie, but there were some people that didn't vibe with it. So I don't know. I don't know if maybe the interest was kind of all over the place, and then they were just like, and then combine it with the Genesis one not selling very well. The NES one, I think there's people that don't even know that game existed.
But it's funny because you can probably make the argument that Returns, despite being labeled as, because I think I know what you're talking about in terms of like complaints and that sort of thing. I believe Batman Returns, like the main critique of Batman Returns is that it was way too Burton. It was a Tim Burton Batman movie,
which is what some people love it for now. Yeah. And I love that movie. I think it's fantastic.
I mean, I love Batman Returns. I can't, like, I got problems with it, but I can't not hate that movie. But I would argue that Returns got more love and attention in the video game market than the 89 movie, because the 89 movie, the only one I can immediately think of that I actually genuinely enjoyed is the Sunsoft game, the original Sunsoft game.
Yeah, the NES game, which again, we had talked about it before.
Yeah.
That game was kind of like the movie version light.
Yes.
You know, they threw scenes in, but you didn't fight the bosses. You didn't fight characters from the movie or anything. There weren't set pieces from the movie. So that was more like, oh, Batman, the movie was good. We'll throw in a couple of scenes. Returns, Super Nintendo, was a legitimately great game.
Yeah, it is still one of my favorite Batman games of all time.
Yeah,
like it's mindless and repetitive as shit. It doesn't need to be anything else though. And also, like, strangely enough, still one of the best examples I use to when people tell me is like, so like, what do you think is like some of the best sounding SNES music? I link them Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
because that game soundtrack is fantastic. Yeah. But I think I hear Elliot coming down the stairs because he's about to get ready to go to Illinois. So we hope you guys enjoyed this. Elliot, do you have anything to say before? Okay. We hope you guys enjoyed this bonus video. Starting next week will be the start of Batman Returns on the Sega CD. And I got words for that game too, because I did test it out for a bit, but I'll wait until Uncle and Matt are here proper physically, so we can get into it. But thank you guys for tuning in and just listening to us ramble about a honest to God dog shit version of a game that you should not play. Honest to God, stick to the NES version. The NES version is better in just about every form or fashion. Like it's not even a contest.
Yeah.
Like so.
Or just play a good one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you guys next time for Batman Returns on Sega CD. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.